Now we will be discussing about the livestock for sustainable rural livelihood security. The objectives are to understand the importance of the livestock in sustainable rural development and knowing various livestock production systems and factors influencing the same. As you know, India has a large livestock population regarded by some as asset provided in plenty by nature and by others as burden. Since 1971, when poverty eradication became the main theme of the development planning, Indian government recognized the livestock development program as an important tool. Underprivileged families contribute 70 to 80% of the total livestock produce. For sustainable rural livelihood, poor farmers have to overcome technical, economic and social constraints by use of improved technologies. As far as the livestock resources are concerned, India has a vast resource of livestock and poultry and ranks first in respect of buffaloes, second in respect of cattle and goats, third in sheep, fifth in ducks and chicken, and 10th in the camel population. As far as livestock resources are concerned, taking 2003 and 2007 as the landmarks, the cattle population was 185.2 in 2003 which increased to 199.1 million in 2007 with an increase of 7.5% in this period, and annual growth was 1.83. With respect to buffalo, the population was 97.9 in 2003 and 105.3 million in 2007 with increase of 7.58% and annual growth of 1.84%. The sheep population increased from 61.5 million to 71.6 million with overall increase of 16.41% and annual growth rate of 3.87. Goat increased from 124.4 million to 140.5 million and the annual increase was 3.10%. Pigs increased from 13.1 million to 11. Decreased rather from 13.1 to 11.1 million and the decrease was 4.74% annually. The poultry increased from 489 to 648.9 million with increase of 32.69% during this period and 7.33% annually. The livestock resources and national economy have a relationship as far as animal husbandry, dairy development and fisheries sector play an important role in the national economy and raise the socio-economic standards of the farmers, supplements family income and generates gainful employment in the rural sector besides providing food security to the millions. As far as the role of animal husbandry in employment generation is concerned, it provides large scale self-employment opportunities. According to 66th round of National Sample Survey, total number of workers engaged in farming of animals were 13.6 million in rural areas and 1.39 million in the urban areas. Total number of workers engaged in farming and fishing were 14.9 million in rural areas and 1.6 million in urban areas. As far as the value of output from livestock and fisheries is concerned, it has contributed 461,434 crore during 2010-11. Livestock and fisheries contribute 4,61,434 crores during the year 2010-11, out of which 3,88,370 was from the livestock sector and 73,064 from the fisheries sector, which is about 28.4% of the value of the output of 16,23,960 crores from the total agriculture and allied sector. The contribution of milk alone was 2,62,214.51 crores. The contribution of meat was 72,444.22 crores. If we compare this with the paddy, it contributed 1,50,634 crores, whereas wheat contributed 99,667 crores, sugarcane 58,470 crores. This is as per the Central Statistical Office records. Other contributions which the livestock is making, it provides essential proteins and nutritions in the human diet through milk, meat, eggs, but also plays an important role in utilization of non-edible agriculture byproducts. Livestock also provide raw material byproducts such as skin, bone, offals, fats, etc. If we talk about the dairy sector, the annual output from the dairy sector is 127.9 million tons of milk, and this has placed India at the top of the world. It has helped in sustained growth in the availability of the milk and milk products, important secondary source of income for the millions of rural families. Per capita availability has increased to 290 grams per day, which is at par with the world average of 289.7 grams per day. About 14.4 million farmers brought under the ambit of 1,44,168 village level dairy cooperative societies. If we talk about the livestock ownership, the possession of livestock is influenced by various factors like socio-economic status, passion of the farmers, resource availability, cultural compatibility, environmental conditions. Majority of the cattle are possessed by the marginal farmers, followed by small, medium and large farmers. During last 3 decades, the number of animals possessed by marginal farmers is increasing, indicating its role in providing supplementary income. If we talk about the profile of the livestock keepers, species and size of animals owned seem to be positively related to the socio-economic status and land holding of the families. Underprivileged families rear mostly the small ruminants. Better off families have large animals. Preferred animals of the resource poor are buffaloes and goats. Semi-arid and arid areas were considered. Cattle tracts of breeds like Tharparkar, Rathi, Kankrej and Haryana. Goat seem to be preferred by resource poor people. Now if we talk about the livestock diversity which India has around 18 recognized cattle breeds, 6 buffalo breeds, 14 sheep breeds, 17 goat breeds. Various breeds and distinct animals have been developed through selection and breeding process. Several reasons, for example, fast changing socio-economic conditions of the farmers, shrinking of the grazing land, emphasis on crossbreeding to increase milk production, non-implementation of the breeding policy, poor management contributes to downfall in the number of animals. Now if we see the breeds of the India, there are certain important breeds of various species of the animals. In buffalo we have Murra, Surti, Nili Ravi, Badavari, Jafarabadi, Mehsana and Nagpuri as the important breeds, whereas in cattle we have Sahiwal, Red Sindhi, Tharparkar, Muzaffarabadi, Jersey, Holstein Friesian. The important sheep breeds of the country are Gaddi, Bikaneri, Malpura, Marwari, Sonadi, Gurez, Bakarwal, Jaloni, Kathiawari, Decani, Nilor, Beleri, Mandia, etc. The goats we have the Pashmina, Osmanabadi, Barbary, Jamnapari, Malbari, and we also have the Black Bengal, Ganjam. Functions of the livestock in sustainable rural livelihood are concerned. The output functions are related to producing food and non-food products. Input functions are related to providing inputs for the crop production, transport like farm animals. Risk coverage are assets functions related to raising money at the times of need. Socio-cultural functions are related to social status, culture, etc. Now we have different livestock production systems. There are very few studies planned exclusively to understand the livestock production systems of underprivileged rural families. The livestock production systems of underprivileged rural families are different from those of the resource rich farmers. They aim at optimizing use of limited available resources and minimizing external inputs. Diversification and internalization are the main features of the production systems. As far as the features of the livestock production systems are concerned, livestock farming is secondary, albeit important adjunct to crop production. Women play an important role. Livestock are meant to avail primarily the crop byproducts and surplus family labor, which may not have immediate opportunity cost in villages. The main features of the livestock production systems are mixed farming with low input, extensive grazing, local breeds are preferred over the improved stocks, maximum use of resources as feed, labor, etc. Now, as far as the classification of livestock production systems are concerned, the classification of livestock production system has been given by Steinfeld and Hokkanen in 1995. They are basically two solely livestock production system and mixed farming system. As far as solely livestock production system is concerned, the livestock system in which more than 90% of dry matter fed to the animal comes from the rangelands, pastures, forage and purchased feed, and less than 10% of the total value of production comes from non-livestock farming activities. This is mostly followed by the landless people, and this is known as landless livestock production system and grassland based system. Then we have the mixed farming system, livestock system in which more than 10% of dry matter fed to the animal comes from the crop byproducts or stubble, or more than 10% of the total value of the production comes from non-livestock farming activities. They are basically of two types: rain fed mixed farming system and irrigated mixed farming system. Now, there are a number of factors which are influencing the production systems. The first one is the agriculture and overall development of the area. If we give the example, in tribal belt of Rajasthan, Gujarat and Maharashtra, efforts of the district milk cooperatives and Bharatiya Agro Industries Foundation, which is commonly known as BAF, have improved dairy and crop production systems. Now, the another factor influencing the production system is agroecology and farming system. The example is large variation in livestock production systems between various regions of the country, which are influenced by climate availability of the resources, breeds and cropping pattern. The third factor is women in livestock. The example is involvement of women in livestock production activities varies among rural, tribal communities, rearing of the animals, feeding, health care management, sale of produce and others. The fourth is veterinary service delivery system. Example is accessibility and availability of veterinary and animal husbandry services is also a significant factor influencing the production system. Now, what are the impact of livestock development programs? The government is organizing, planning and implementing livestock development programs which are sensitive towards the needs, resources, production systems and perceptions of the families. Livestock development is part of the integrated development program that incorporates natural resource management to provide credit services and help to improve efficiency and quality of the livestock produce. Then technologies, recommendations and services are developed on the basis of needs assessment and are pre-tested for being beneficial to the resource poor farmer. The livestock extension is strengthened and targeted to the underprivileged families, particularly women. If we sum up this, underprivileged families contribute major part of the livestock production. Livestock are central to the rural livelihood and culture. There are several factors affecting where and how to the livestock manage the livestock. Livestock sector contribution to the national GDP is enormous. In case you need further queries, you can consult the Manage books and the website provided by the Manage. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.